What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Married to Medicine, Season 8, Episode 8, Know Your Status DC. Okay, let's just get into it because let me tell y'all how get girl, y'all didn't convince me to go ahead and get Zeus Network. Okay, and I spent the other day just looking at the whole Jocelyn Cabaret thing, and a new episode just went up. So I gotta look at season 2 and the first episode of season 2, and then the new episode that just came up tonight. Bitch, ghetto. Okay, it is my. I didn't realize that it was my type of ghetto. It was my type of ghetto that I was missing from Love and Hip Hop. Okay, it's like Love and Hip Hop uncensored. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, Jocelyn, you can take her, leave her, whatever. But I actually like Jocelyn. But I can admit when that bitch need her ass whooped, okay? And there's been a few occasions where that bitch really needed her ass whooped, all right? But the way that she pulled that girl, it's funny. I ain't even do that. I ain't even do that. This is not what we here for. We are here for Married to Medicine, okay? So you got the doctors going down there to the stand, the place where they're gonna be setting up for, doing the COVID test and stuff like that for the March on Washington reunion. Anniversary. Then you got the everybody else that's the spouses that are not doctors at the house or whatever. You got Curtis and Cecil over there talking or whatever. Anila comes down there asking to can they take her pictures and all that stuff. She was like, I'm a blogger. They said, child, please, okay? Listen, we ain't finna do that. And then she goes out there taking her pictures. Mind you, the girls are really in their feelings at this point because Carrie, had told them what, allegedly what Contessa and Dr. Heavenly said about Carrie being intelligent and, Toya and Anila not being as intelligent or whatever, And truth be told, I can believe that shit. Even if they want to deny it, I can believe that shit just because history, history with all of them girls, I can believe that they said that. And Dr. Heavenly has no filter, and in the first fucking 8 minutes, bitch, you come back on the screen. Girl, we'll get to that in a second. When they come back, it was cute for them to have that little moment on the bus, and they're talking about Contessa and Dr. Jackie talking about sneaking onto the White House or whatever, up there when Obama sneaking through some gates or whatever when Obama won in the first inauguration and stuff like that, and how of course, every AKA want to claim Kamala Harris at this point because, that's that AKA, that's that HBCU. Y'all putting your pinky fingers up in the air. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to make the sound because that's disrespectful. Even though I'm not a Greek, I will respect the Greek life, okay? Truth be told, if I would have went to HBCU, Ashley would have pledged either AKA or Delta, okay? I would have. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me, bitch, I'm more so of a Delta type of bitch because they don't see me with the pink and green and the pearls and stuff or whatever and being real, girly. Truth be told, they probably right, but I always wanted to be an AKA for some reason, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Anyway, can y'all see me with some pearls on it? I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Anyway. So they do all that. Dr. Jackie faking like she on the phone with Kamala, Vice President Kamala Harris or whatever, and they was just making jokes and all this stuff. So when they get back, Anila had to tell, her husband and Eugene and them or whatever what, Dr. Heavenly and them supposedly said. Bitch, I like Karen. I like Anila's husband, okay? Because he is not here for the mess. He said basically, I feel like all of y'all ass is intelligent at this point, unintelligent at this point. Okay, y'all all acting stupid. He just not here for the mess, all right? So then, they getting ready to cook, and mind you, I thought we was in a pandemic or whatever, so y'all finna have this large get together because it's the cast plus added cast members or added friends of the cast coming in. You got Dr. Jackie, her friend, Dr. Nia, with her other friend, who's a dentist as well. She comes in, and I like the natural hair. I really do love her little natural hair. And then you got I think Eugene's parents supposed to come because they live down there in the DC area. Plus they got some more doctor friends down there in the DC area. One of their friends do show up. Her name is Yaya, what they call her Yaya. Do y'all know, I know Y'all from American Next Top Model. She be coming into my job, okay? And the last time I seen her, like, she came in last week. I think either it was last week or the week before. I believe it was last week, and she came in, asking, and she was being real nice. She was trying to coast me and trying to win me over to make me say yes. And I was like, girl, I can't say yes. It's policy. You gonna get me fired or whatever, get me written up. But she wanted to have her little lunch up in the library, and I was like, I'm sorry, but we can't eat up in here. If you got some drinks or whatever, you can eat. She was like, I just got off of work or whatever, and I was like, I know, but I'm sorry, like, it's nothing I can do. She was real nice with it though. Every time she come in there, she's so small, y'all. But anyway, I just had to put my little story out there. I have to jizz up this because Marriage Medicine. I'm not gonna lie. This season hasn't really been popping yet. Okay, it has not been popping yet. So that's why I be going off topic sometimes. So bear with me. But yeah, they come up in there, Yaya pregnant. I think she's pregnant, and then Dr. Heavenly and everybody else show up. Okay, and the other dentist girl, the new girl, she came over there. She was like, they introducing themselves or whatever. She was like, so y'all invited me over here and y'all said it was gonna be food. It ain't no food, and I'm hungry as hell, girl. What's going on? Here go Dr. Heaven. I ain't invite you nowhere because I don't even know you from shit. I said, oh my God. Really? Really, Dr. Heavenly? Like, come on, stop that. So the dentist is named Alicia, all right? And they was like, Heavenly said, first of all, what I was taught when I was growing up is you don't come to nobody place hungry. You go get something. You go eat before you come. Okay, that's what it is. So they had to tell her, girl, we gon' we cooking or whatever. She was like, I mean, hell, I'm hungry. Y'all invited me over, or whatever. Like, what we supposed to do? Like, this is what we do. Toy was like, shit. The bitch is a dentist, and we damn near got another clone of Heavenly. She nice, nasty with the shit. Of course, she had to take shots and say, good thing she don't look like Heavenly or some shit like that. I was like, girl, stop it. So they go up inside. Simone take her inside, get her little scrimps or whatever. We find out she went to Howard, and that's up Simone and Cecil's alley because Cecil went to Howard and then Simone went to Spelman or whatever. Did you hear her say the real HU? Okay, because it's Howard and it's Hampton. Hampton don't get as much love as Howard do. I don't understand it, but Hampton don't get as much love as Howard do. But um, it bothers me sometimes, all the time when like these grants and these people be giving out money and stuff or whatever to the HBCUs and how we always get it. Like, damn, can we give it to somebody else, a lesser known HBCU that's truly struggling or whatever? Like, come on. But, that's a Howard thing or whatever. So they come outside and, we got Eugene's brother and his mother, comes over. Evelyn, Elliot, and Eugene. Okay. I said the three E's. All right. And so Tori was talking about how um Eugene's mama used to like her. When they first got together, she used to like her, but now it's just like Toya is a bit much, and she's not used to somebody talking back and talking as much or being as independent or having that mind of her own and saying like can't nobody control me type of situation. She's not used to that. Okay, so it's a little bit different from her, baby. So, they over there getting the drink orders and stuff like that, and gave Mama some wine. She said, "I wanted something that's a little sweet, something that I can just nibble on, okay?" And so at this point, they get into a little circle. Everybody's there. They get into a little circle, and Simone want to bring up this whole thing. Let's talk about how we can get past things and get back with each other. And after this, and I said, "Girl, we got guests here, and y'all finna bring our issues to the forefront in front of guests, okay? Like, come on." So you got Eugene Mama over there, and you got Yaya, you got Alicia, you got Nia, Dr. Alicia, Dr. Yaya, all of them intertwined with the girls, okay? And they're talking, And Contessa talking about not holding grudges, and you gotta just see people for who they are. And if somebody is mad at you or whatever, 9 out of 10 is because of something that's going on with them and all this stuff. Toya looking at her like bullshit, and I call bullshit on the same thing to what Contessa was saying, because girl, no, okay, because you do a lot of the stuff that you claim that you don't. You hold grudges as well, okay. Meanwhile, Dr. Alicia started talking about we can't be putting each other down. We need to take people who they are, whatever. Like, I'm a dentist. She's an OBGYN and stuff like that or whatever. We still wives and stuff. And people go to college. Okay, so what if they don't go to college? Here go Contessa. Some of my friends, they don't even go to college, okay? They don't even have degrees. Like, what's a degree? What's a degree? Okay, and then this was the opening for Toya to come in, like you said, for other people to come on their side because they do got degrees and stuff because they smart or whatever. Simone looking like, what? And at this point, them two get back and forth into it, and they going back and forth about who said what. And Anila like, you did say. Carrie said that it was either Heavenly or Contessa, and then they was like, now bitch, you don't know who it is. Heavenly in the confessional saying that it was Contessa that said it, okay? It was Contessa that said it. Contessa lying about it or whatever. And even Contessa said, how you gonna say that she said it, bitch? The bitch could be lying. She said it just like that. That bitch could be lying and all that stuff. Next thing you know, Contessa and goddamn Toya going back and forth. And she was like, you so dumb. You still want me to be friends with this dumb bitch and all this shit like that. Mind you, at this point, Miss Evelyn, Eugene mama, she got up and she said, listen, I ain't got time for this. The way that she left would have been the way that anybody else with common sense would have left, okay? Because I'm new to this. I don't know what's going on, and I don't understand why it's going on. It's none of my business, and y'all doing way too much, so let me just exit left, okay? I don't want to understand what's happening. I just know that it shouldn't be happening in front of guests right about now, okay? I kind of blame Simone because, bitch, why are we bringing up issues? You know what I'm saying? Why are we bringing this up or whatever, knowing how this group of girls get? I said, y'all finna argue right here in front of people get company? Girl, it's just rude. Mama went over there to sit down with the men's or whatever, and it was just crazy. I said, rude. All of y'all just being rude, okay? And then Contessa, I can't even remember what Toya said, but Contessa said, bitch, who the fuck you talking to? The person that I'm looking at. I said, oh, I like that. I like that. So, they going back and forth, and then Heavenly said, I didn't say it, but I was thinking that shit. Toya goes on this rant. We down here, and you bringing us together in the vein of Black Lives, girl, get your shit together. In the vein of Black Lives Matter, okay? And you doing all this stuff, and you coming at your fellow woman and all this, and woo woo, and it was just ridiculous at this point. I already feel stressed out from listening to it because it's the same old, same old. Okay, you done ran Mama off. You done ran. Now Jackie friend said, okay, and on that note, it's time for us to go. They ain't even get to eat nothing, okay? They ain't get to eat nothing besides Alicia, who went and got some early shrimps, Other than that, they still going back and forth about who said what. Toya goes over there with the rest of her crew or whatever, going over there to Damon and them and talk about something. Heavenly, he was like, keep me out of it. That's what they wanted. The men just said, please don't bring it over here to us. They was like, thank God Scott is not down there, because Scott probably would have been over there cussing their asses out like last time. But I think he learned his lesson to just stay out of it. Scott was upstairs asleep, okay? Knocked out. But at this point, they going back and forth. Toya didn't get what she wanted out of the men because they was not giving her any type of leeway. She go back over there and, you know, it was just Contessa, was calling her name. Toya said, don't put my name up in your mouth, okay? Don't put my name up in your mouth. She was like, I say whatever the fuck I want. And at this point, these are two headstrong women that, just like Portia and Kenya, they just don't see it for each other, and that's fine. And Simone said just social distance from each other, okay? Like just stay 6 feet times two away from each other, all right? That's all that you need to do, all right? All this going back and forth, and then Contessa asking Carrie, did you intentionally bring this up because it feels intentional, it feels toxic, and all this stuff. And I was like, even if Carrie didn't bring it up, y'all probably would have got into it over something stupid anyway, because that's what you and Toya do, okay? That is what y'all do. Simone had to Contessa to the side and say, I feel like you build a wall. You have a wall up. She was like, every time you try to speak, she don't, it's stupid at this point. I can't this whole argument, it was just out of place, okay? There is a time and a place, for things like this, and we are grown enough to know that. And I don't know if they're doing it for the sake of trying to have drama and bring it to the show so that people can watch, but it's just ridiculous at this point because it's the same old arguments that's happening over and over again. And it's like, why do we keep on continuing in this? Because you're not getting nowhere, I'm not getting nowhere, so why don't we just go our separate ways, or we just agree to disagree at this point? Because it just looks ridiculous at this point. Y'all grown as hell and y'all can't get along, and y'all are down here in DC trying to do something for black people, or for the anniversary of March on Washington, and y'all can't even get y'all shit together. You know what I'm saying? It just made y'all look a fool. It really made y'all look a fool. And I said y'all should all be ashamed of yourself. So it's time for the actual March on Washington. The ladies and the doctors, the men, they are getting ready. They're up early, you know, for the event. They get on the bus. Dr. Damon not too happy because he couldn't get his little morning nookie in or whatever, But this is what I wanted to see, okay? I put all that fight, like the drama is good on any other episode, not when it's set up to be for something so monumental like this, okay? This is a teachable moment. This is a historical moment, and y'all up here arguing and fighting over some bullshit that y'all could have left in Atlanta, okay? Y'all could have waited till y'all got back to Atlanta, and that's what they realized, okay? Even the rest of them that's at home getting ready, that's what they realized. We see them pulling up and seeing all the people that showed up, you know, um, and they're offering the free COVID testings and things like that. And even Toya and Heavenly had a moment. And I'm not even mad at Toya for feeling the way that she felt, okay? Because she is 100% correct. And we know how Heavenly's mouth is, she tried to apologize, not necessarily apologize. She was just saying that she appreciates the fact that Toya is out there, helping out and, coming along. It's an emotional moment because this is history being made again, coming off the heels of history. You know what I'm saying? This is the anniversary of a big major event, March on Washington. And we're all out here together. Let's put our differences to the side. Since we're here, let's put our differences to the side and let's just appreciate and live in the moment. And she could barely get it out. She can barely get it out. She was about to start crying. And Toya was like, I'm cool with her trying to be sincere, but at the end of the day, we know that it's not gonna last. She'll probably be back to being old Heavenly within an hour. And unfortunately, that is some true shit. And I was like, girl, take what you can get at this point. So they're at the march, and of course, they're, reminiscing and, just taking everything in and looking at how history is going. And it was a monumental moment, like I already said. And they're talking about the future, talking about the current generation, talking about it's unfortunate that they have to have certain talks with their kids about things that's going on and how we need to change that and things like that. All that comes down to is they put their differences to the side for that moment, and they went on ahead and they came together for something that was bigger than them, and I appreciate that. They get home, the men was gone, they rested up. The men were gonna just have a boys night out, boys night in, when Toya and Eugene, let me tell you something. I know some people probably think that I just can't stand Toya. No, it's not that. Because Toya is one of those people. Toya is like Dr. Heavenly to me. Because sometimes I can be here for what she says and sometimes I can't. Okay? I can call all of them out on whatever. I don't necessarily dislike any of the ladies on here. I just call them out on their shit. You know what I'm saying? it's like sometimes you can annoy me and sometimes I can be right there with you. But sometimes Toya and Eugene be having some of the funniest scenes to me, okay? When he was like, I'm about to go take a shower, she said, he was like, either one of them could take a shower first, then I'll take a shower. She was like, oh, so you don't want to take a shower with me? He said, first of all, the shower ain't big enough. Bitch, that's my whole thought too, girl. It ain't big enough, okay? And I'm coming from myself, motherfuckers be like, take a shower with me. I'm like, girl, please. Okay, it ain't finna happen, Captain. Okay. And it did. She was like, it's a regular fucking shower. He said, when was the last time we was up in a regular shower? She forgot that they was up in that big ass house with all that stuff or whatever, that big shower that they probably got. And he was like, okay, cool, whatever. I was like, that shit was funny to me. Okay. It was funny to me when they're together and they're on their, little fun stuff or whatever, and they're not arguing or bickering or talking about work or whatever, and they just being silly amongst themselves. I love that between Toya and Eugene. The girls are going out to dinner, and the guys, like I said, was having a night in, and so everybody is gone. They first of all, it's raining. I was like, y'all don't want to go change y'all shoes. I know, was I the only one that was just worried about them walking on that slippery pavement in their heels and everything? And the way Toya came out there tiptoeing, like, girl, let me, her toes like this, trying to grip. Okay, the way that she was walking, I was like, oh, please don't let nobody slip. Please don't let nobody slip. Okay, but they got on the bus, and they was waiting for Carrie and Lisa Nicole. First of fucking all, Carrie is in there talking about something. Do you think they probably think that we're stuck up or whatever? Because truth be told, I really just don't want to go. I just tired. We've been at the march all day, and just want to come home and just just rest or whatever. Understandable, understandable. You didn't have to go. All you had to do was say, "I'ma chill at the house," okay? But at the same time, you two were not invited by the host, okay? You are invited by a guest, and you're fortunate enough to stay on and not have been told, oh no, you can't come because I didn't invite you. A guest can't invite another guest. You fortunate enough that was not told to you, and the least you could do is to show up on time, okay? That's the least you could do, So they was tired of waiting. They had a reservation and they pulled off on their asses. Then Carrie gonna say, ain't that about a bitch? How rude. No, bitch, you rude for having them to wait, okay? And so they down there talking to the men or whatever. They get into the Uber and all this stuff. They finally get to the to the restaurant. Now, see, Carrie gained a little bit of respect from me, just a little bit, because when she came in there, she was like, had to Uber, okay? And I made sure that that Daddy was okay and doing what he's supposed to be doing. Heavenly said, it's Dr. Damon to you. You don't ever call my husband daddy. I'm the only one that call him daddy. It's Dr. Damon to you. I said, oh shit. Heavenly, calm down. Calm down. She wasn't trying. This little she ain't, she don't know no better, okay? It ain't fighting words like that. She came at her hard too, like she was about to fight the bitch or whatever. And Carrie said, okay, well, Dr. Damon is all to the good. Carrie wasn't stunned there. She wasn't scared of it. She wasn't intimidated. I was like, that's how you got to play it with this bitch, okay? That's how you got to play it with this crowd. Don't lead on that, I'm scared of you or whatever. Carrie said, bitch, I ain't scared. And what? What else you got to throw at me? I was like, okay, I like that. I like that. And they kind of gave her a little bit of respect for that too. But that's how the episode ended. I was like, ugh, really? This episode was blah. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. I'll see y'all later. Peace.